Objection! Nobody would have been able to read that, or anything like it. So, after quite a few months, people have been asking me... Let's see. People have been asking me... Luke, are you gonna do Phoenix Wright some more? The games and stuff? The answer was always... only once I imported the game. Because... in English, they came out with just the digital copy of the game. Not a physical copy, just a digital. Well, this is the physical copy of Phoenix Wright, the Ace Attorney Trilogy. And, yeah, it feels really nice having it in the Japanese version, obviously, because this 3DS does not mess up unlike my English one, so have no fear about that. And it does contain every single, like, 1 through 3 as well, and that's much easier than having to switch games and stuff. Plus, it has much better graphic quality than the original DS and games, because they were based on, or they were like remade from the Game Boy Advance games, so they aren't pixelated too much. It's much more clear, and that makes me happy. It also really makes me happy having this too. So now I don't know how people want me to take it, because it's been like 2 years since I played the original game. I never actually finished the original game, like, in the sense of case number 5. Because case 5, in a sense, was actually added on to the first game because people wanted to play a new case or something in Japan. Because whenever it came out in the DS versions all had the same cases as the original Game Boy Advance games. So they decided, let's make a new case, case number 5 for the first game, and add it on there, and make it a huge, huge game that's almost like half the game, half this game. And pretty much why I didn't finish it was because it seemed like it drug on. Now, I'm going to have a poll in the description with 3 different choices. The first choice, do you want me to play through the first game again, get through case 5, and then move on to case, or the second game? Option number 2 is going to be, do you want me to just move right into Justice for All? And then, option number 3 will be, do you want me to continue with the custom cases? Because I can always do that too. Again, it will look as like the graphics will look just like the DS Game Boy Advance games if I do custom, because that's how they're made. But either way is fine with me. But what do you want me to currently do? Because as soon as I get through, like, let's just put it this way. If I start on the game series, it'll make me move on to the 3rd game, and then I will play the 4th game, being Apollo Justice, and then I will move on to the Edgeworth case, the Edgeworth Investigations, which I got the first game, do not have the second game, but someone made a fan translation. Sorry for making this first part of the video long, but I'm just giving an idea for you all. Plus, I'm not even going to probably name this Part 1 at first, so that's something else. But let me know, in the meantime, to make this a pretty long video, I'm going to do the first trial of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, because first trial is more like a tutorial, and while it's not a favorite. It's always fun to just go back into because of the fact that it is so funny, and it's an hour's worth of trial that just sums up the Phoenix Wright. The Phoenix Wright games. So, yeah, and if I go back into Japanese, it'll do the objection in Japanese, along with the Japanese title. But, no, we want to go into English. No one knows. No one on this channel, except for, like, maybe 1% of the people know Japanese, so, yeah. I'm trying to learn it, but I am having the hardest time of my life. So, anyways. New game. And let the first turnabout begin. I swear that guy looks like the frickin' Happy Mask salesman. Alright, so while it's not all digitized, also wider screen too. Ooh, and the words are actually a lot less pixelated as well. Little pixelated still, but not as badly. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. See, gotta love that widescreen. Plus, this whole bar would take up this side and this side. Well, actually, no, these sides wouldn't even exist. Boy, am I nervous! Except not really. Right! Oh! Hi! Hi, Chief! Phew, I'm glad I made it in time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with these graphics so far. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. Yeah, except Phoenix is like one to always take on murder trials. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks? Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean, you knew the defendant before this case? Yeah. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him, to be quite honest. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Plus this game. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life! Everything! It's all over! Isn't that your client screaming over there? Yeah. That's him. Larry, shut the hell up! Death! Despair! Oh! Larry! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die. Larry! Shut the hell up! We're in a freaking lobby! Everyone can hear you! Yeah. Larry? Shh! Dude! I'm I'm so guilty! Tell him I'm guilty, dude! Dude! Tell him! Give me the death sentence! I ain't afraid to die! What? What's wrong, Larry? Seriously, shut the hell up! It's my first trial, come on! Oh. Like, it's all over, dude! I'm finished! Finished! I can't live in a world without her! I can't! Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me! Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. But I'm here to figure this out for you and get you out scot-free and make a series about myself. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. Can you tell? One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. Unlike someone. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one. Which is why I took the case. To clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 2. Not as nice as this courtroom. Oh man, you look high detailed, Judge. The court is now in session for the trial of Larry Butts.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor!
The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, look into my old eyes. My old, graphically improved eyes. This is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a very serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Of course. Anything for you, Your Honor. Hands shaking. Eyesight fading. I just had my eyes dilated today. Come on, give me a break. I'm being serious about myself. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Well, obviously I'm the defendant! The defendant is me, right? Yeah. Right? Look at my sad eyes! Have you completely lost your mind? Focus! The defendant is the person on trial! You're his lawyer! You're not the defendant! Yeah, right. I was just testing you. It is April Fool's technically still for me. This is no laughing matter. You did pass the bar, didn't you? Don't give me that look! You look like Edgeworth. Oh, is that a spoiler? Sorry, I couldn't hear your answer. I'll ask once more. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. I gotta choose it. It's my partner, right? It's Mia Fey? Wrong, right? Look, I have to leave. Yeah, you're kind of showing me. You're kind of making me look bad here. Yeah, I have to go home. I'm expecting a delivery, just like this game here. Except Luke wasn't here, and so he had to call the postman and have it brought back to the house when the postman didn't wait long enough. Yeah, I'm expecting a delivery. Oh, come on, Chief! There's no need to be going so soon, is there? I'm doing great so far, right? Right? Listen! Don't be nabby. The defendant is the one on trial! Your client! I'm not the client! Do I look like the client? With that face you do. I mean, that's about as basic as you can get! I put my foot in it this time. I've got to relax! Sorry. What was that? I still couldn't hear you. Listen, I'll ask just one more time. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, obviously, Your Honor. I didn't just answer me or Mia. Yes, that's correct. You didn't say anything else, right? No, I didn't mention the person sitting right next to me or myself. No, all Larry. Well, if you say so. I am kind of a doofus sometimes, so I didn't quite hear you, but cool. Correct. Just keep your wits about you, and you'll do just fine. Alright, the next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Phew, I know this one! Glad I've read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... wait... oh, fudge. No! No way, I forgot! I'm drawing a total blank here! Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You keep screwing up! I'm fine! I just... having a brain fart here. You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, yes! The victim! Of course I know the victim's name! I mean, it's obvious! I just forgot. Temporarily, yes, temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look at my face, it just says everything. Look, the defendant's name is listed in the court record. Just touch the court record button at any time, okay? It's not working! Oh god! Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. I don't want to look any more bad. I'm pretty sure everyone but the judge heard your wrong answers before. Alright, let's hear your answer. Who is the victim in this case? Well, it's obviously Mia Fey. Mia Fey? What? How can I be the victim? I'm still alive! This is a murder case! Oh, right! Sorry, it was the first name that popped into my head! Stupid head. Sorry. And yeah, the court record button! Remember to use it when you're in a pinch! Let me ask that one again. I didn't hear you. Let's hear your answer. Who is the victim in this case? Well, obviously it's that cinder block over there. Oh, wasn't it Miss Block? Miss Cinder Block? The person in question was a victim of murder, not ill-conceived naming, Mr. Wright. Right? If you forgot something, just touch the court record button to help you remember. A mistake in court could cost you the case. Like the frickin' past 4 mistakes now. I'll ask you again. Please, let us hear your answer. Who is the victim of this case? Cindy Stone? I didn't check the case record, but is it the Cindy Stone? Stone? Huh? Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? Oh god, not another question! I'm too freaking bad at this game! She died because she was... Well, obviously she has bruising on the throats, right? Yeah! Right, she was strangled, wasn't she? Please tell me that was you talking to yourself. If you wish to hang yourself, Mr. Wright, you're welcome to. But not inside my courtroom. Please take it outside. I suppose there's nothing to do but to give you another try. With no penalties. Yet. She died because she was... Well, I saw a liquid oozing out of her. Could it have been poison in her mouth? Oh, right! Wasn't she poisoned by... poison? You're asking me? Chief! Help me out! Check the court record. How many freaking times do I have to say it? Check the court record. But I tried! I tried! Look, it's not working! Jeez, give a guy the freaking break! Let me ask again! She died because she was... Well, I guess it was blood, so... She was struck once by a blunt object, right? Correct. You're doing really good. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. Except for the fact that you answered every single question wrong so far. But, what the hell? Let's proceed. Mommy? You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Yeah, I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne?
Yes, Your Honor. That was a horrible experience I just witnessed.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Ooh, that's a pretty file! Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during your trial. That evidence This is the only ammunition you have in the court. Please pay attention, Mr. Wright. Ooh, now I'm gonna look over here. Now I'm gonna look over here. Touch the court record button to check the court record frequently, please. But it's broken! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand!
Chief? What do I do now? Pay attention, you idiots. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything stupid, like a certain someone. Oh, fudge. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Oh, jeez.
Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Seems like a good reason to kill, doesn't it?
Hey! Watch it, buddy! We were great together! We were Romeo and Juliet! Cleopatra and Mark Anthony! Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped! She just wasn't taking any of my calls! Or seeing me. Ever. Wiggling my... What's it to you anyway?
Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you. And it was seeing other men, too! What do you have to say about that? She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies! Oh, lies! Oh, I don't believe a word of it!
Your Honor, the victim's passport, right here. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
Oh, okay. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way!
The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies.
Will you stop flicking your fingers like that?
No! Because I love using quotations.
Daddies? Sugar?
Yes! Older men like me, except they gave her money and gifts. I don't have any money because I am a sucky lawyer now. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude!
We can clearly see that what kind of woman this Miss Stone was after her death, obviously. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah. Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions except for the right one. Should I... Nah! Wait. Should I wait? Should I wait? Should I wait?
Well, Mr. Butts?
Wait. Not wait? Wait.
Dude, no way! That cheating she-dog!
I guess I'll wait. I'm gonna die! I'm just gonna drop dead! Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this! Let's just continue the trial, shall we? I guess, because I kinda didn't mean to hold off for too long.
I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Why did I have to frickin' go into my head?
Next question! You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not?
Oh?
Well, did you or did you not?
Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't! Oh. He went... What do I do? Just say it! I know! I'll send him a signal. Yeah, I was there! I went! Order! Well, Mr. Butts? Dude, chill! She wasn't home, man! So, like, I didn't see her!
Your Honor! The defendant is lying, damn it!
Lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts was lying just now.
Well, that simplifies matters. Why didn't you call him before? Who is your witness again?
The man who found the victim's body. He's kind of a creepy salesman, I think. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime!
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor!
This is so freaking bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand.
Yes.
Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions. Is this correct?
Oh, yes. Newspapers. Yes. I'm not twitchy at all. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
I was going door to door, selling subscriptions, when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. Oh, yes! I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Yes! Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there! A woman! Not moving! Dead! I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside! I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the victim or the defendant sitting right over there. Yes, yes.
Larry! Why didn't you tell the truth? Jeez, gullible Wright. I can't defend you against the testimony like that! Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building!
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yeah, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that sat with Mr. Sawit used was one of those phones. Yes, one of those cordless phones. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
Ooh, I get to look at the court record again. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? You may begin your cross-examination. My what's it? What? Alright, Wright. This is it. The real deal. This is why you're here. What am I exactly supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony that witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying, damn it! Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not guilty? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. What the hell's a contradiction? First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face! Okay. Touch the court record button and point out the contradictions in the testimony. I was going door to door, selling subscriptions, when I saw a man fleeing in an apartment. What the hell does this button do?
Hold it!
Hold it! What did I just say that for? Isn't a man leaving an apartment a common sight? I find it odd you would take notice of him. I don't know. He just seems strange to me. That's all. I saw it after all. Like he was mad, and yet frightened at the same time. Just like a criminal fleeing the scene of a crime. Yes! The defense requests the witness refrain from conjecture.
Of course! What the witness means is the man he saw looked suspicious! So what happened next?
I thought he must be in a hurry, because he left the door half open behind him! Wait, hold it! Half open, you say? Yes, the door was half open. Yes. I watched for a moment, but no one came to close the door. That's odd. In a big city like this, I thought.
I see. What happened next?
Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Oh, whoa, hold it! What gave you the idea to do that? Well, the door was half open, you see. I'm a nosy Nancy after all. That's my nickname. Isn't it only human to want to peek? We climb mountains because they are there. It's the same thing.
Truer words have never been spoken. Anyone would look inside after all. Hell, even I would probably look inside.
Why did Pain cut him off so quickly?
So you looked into the apartment. What happened then?
Then I saw her lying there. A woman, not moving. Dead!
Hold it!
Are you sure she was dead? Well, no, I guess I wasn't. But she wasn't moving at all, and there was blood everywhere. I guess that would look fatal to anyone. Very well. What happened next? I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside.
Hold it!
So you didn't touch anything in the apartment? Yeah, I mean, no, nothing. Okay, what happened next? I thought to call the police immediately.
Hold it!
You thought to call the police? Does that mean you didn't actually call them?
Please! Listen to the rest of the testimony. Quit pressing that button!
But I like pressing the press button.
You thought to call the police. What happened next?
However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working.
Hold it!
The phone in her apartment wasn't working? Yes, I mean, no, it wasn't, right? But you said you didn't go into the apartment, or did you? That? I can explain that, yes. There was a cordless phone on a shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using that to call, yes.
And that phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next? Come on, get to the good stuff!
I went to the nearby park and found a public phone.
Hold it!
Wait, why use a public phone? Do you not have a cell phone? Well, you see, I don't have a cell phone. In this day and age, that would be the look of what? There's hardly any payphones out there nowadays. And being the middle of the afternoon, there was no answer at the nearby apartments. Right. What time did you call again? I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m.
Hold it!
1 p.m. Are you certain? Yes, absolutely. He seems really confident. 1 p.m.? Right, doesn't that seem strange to you? Present some evidence to contradict him. Okay. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. Yeah, okay. No. Yeah, wouldn't that be the evidence right there? I forgot what the evidence was for a second because I haven't looked at the evidence at all until now! Objection! You found the body at 1 p.m. You're absolutely sure? Yes! It was 1 p.m. For certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. That awesome music. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was nobody no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Oh! Oh, yeah, that! Oh.
This is trivial! The witness merely forgot the time!
He didn't sound like he forgot it to me. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe myself, and I can be an idiot sometimes. Mr. Saw It. Why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Gee, that's a really good question, yes!
Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out the contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. Remember that. See through one, and their whole story falls apart.
Wait! I remember now!
Would you care to give your testimony again?
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time! Yes! There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh! But it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. Yes! That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. Yes, yes, yes!
I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right! You know what to do now. I got this one. Don't worry.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time!
Hold it! You said heard, not saw it? Ha ha ha!
Yes! Heard! All I saw was the body lying there. I didn't think to look at anything else. Least of all, my watch, yes!
Are you wearing a watch? Isn't that a little strange? So you're saying you heard something. But if you were so shocked by the body, you wouldn't hear anything at all!
The witness did say he actually heard the time! It's ludicrous to suggest he wouldn't hear anything!
I do have to agree with the prosecution there. Witness, continue your testimony.
There was a voice saying the time! It was probably coming from the television!
Hold it! Are you sure it was a television and not a radio?
Well, no, I guess it might have been a radio, yes! Incidentally, there was no radio on the premises!
Oh, well I guess it wasn't a radio,
yeah! There was only one large television!
Right! I can't put my finger on it, but something about this seems fishy. I'm just gonna wag my finger because there is really something fishy about this. Something about hearing the television.
The witness has testified. He heard the time.
Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? Yeah. Whoa, hold it. How do you explain the gap? Well, witness, can you explain this? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. Whoa, what? A video of a taped program of the news? Yes, that would explain why the time was wrong. True, I guess. Right. You're really not believing this, are you? I think the problem lies someplace else. We've agreed that you heard the time at the scene, then. Yes, that's why I thought it was 1 p.m., yeah! Hold it! Are you sure the voice you heard said it was 1 p.m.? Yes! I love saying yes! I can practically hear it now! It was quite clear! Yes! Mr. Payne, has the prosecution verified this testimony?
My apologies, Your Honor. I too only have just heard that the witness heard the time.
Oh, I'm really sorry. I only remembered it just now. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. Yeah. Hold! Please stop. Well, you just watch it. Yes, that's telling him, Phoenix. Not much point pressing him on that one, was there? No, there was not. It was just funny. Terribly sorry. Okay. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Let's see. Where is it at? Where is it at? What? Hold it right there, mister! The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it! You couldn't have heard a television or a video!
Well...
The defense has proved itself. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite! Wait! I remember now!
Mr. Sawit? The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. Not at the end, the beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught.
My apologies, Your Honor. Yes. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Yes.
Very well, Mr. Sawit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yes, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim.
What?
That must have been what I saw.
What? You saw a clock? Well, I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it.
Hold it! That strikes me a very suspicious mistake. As a very suspicious mistake.
Yes, I can see how you'd be a little doubtful. Yes. I'm really sorry. Really sorry. I only just remembered that table clock. Yes. Yes.
A table clock?
There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah.
Hold it! Shut up! A table clock? Was there a clock at the scene?
Was there?
This is the first I've heard of it!
Yeah! The murder weapon! The killer used it to hit the victim! Yeah!
Shut up! The murder weapon?
Yes! The table clock that was used as a weapon! Yes! That's what I just said! Did you doze off or something in the middle of my testimony? What?
Something's fishy here.
That must have been what I saw! Yes!
Hold it! Why didn't you tell us that in the first place? Why did it take 3 testimonies to say it?
I guess it just slipped my mind, just like my hair, yes! I am not really sure how it happened myself. The witness says he saw the table clock. End of story!
Now, find the contradiction! Quit screwing around, Phoenix! Okay. Murder weapon? Objection? I forget if it was here or... Pretty sure it was here. Objection! Yeah! Wait just one freaking hell of a minute. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was a statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? Seriously, how?
With your objections and your evidence! Just who do you think you are?
Just answer the question, Mr. Solid.
Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock! Your Honor, if I may...
Yes, Mr. Payne.
As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock! The neck is a switch. You just tilt it, and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
I see. Yes. Yes, nothing suspicious about this at all. It was just a common mistake. So the murder weapon was a table clock, after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony? Now? Nah, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, after all, everyone makes a mistake. I guess not. There was a clock on the scene, so no problem. Right? Are you out of your freaking mind? Seriously! Do you not see a problem here? That clock doesn't look like a clock at all! The witness couldn't have possibly known it was a clock just by seeing it. He said himself he never entered the apartment. It was in his testimony. Hey, you're right. Wait a second. Is something the matter? Does the defense have anything to add? Yes! Yes, I do, actually! Now that I've been brought into the attention of it. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand, right? Yet the witness testified that he never actually even entered the apartment. Clearly, a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he knew the victim, of course! Tell me, isn't it true that you knew the victim? In fact, you were the one of her sugar daddies! Be frank with us, Mr. Sawit! I've never even heard that one before, I think. Yes! Yes! Frank? I'm always Frank! I mean, after all, it is my name, yes!
Your Honor! We have complete records of the victims' relationships. Mr. Frank Sawit does not appear anywhere.
Huh? Oh. Really? Yes! That's it! That was all part of my plan! I just wanted you to read that out loud! Exactly! Please, Mr. Wright, is the best response you can muster up? And is a good follow-up to that? Please try to refrain from making off-the-cut accusations in the future. Yeah, Your Honor, let me think this over. The witness knew it was a clock because he... Really? You're just gonna let me do that again? I mean, there were only two options in the freaking get-go. You're lying, damn it! You were inside the apartment on the day of the freaking murder!
Oh yeah?
Prove it! Prove I went in there, Mr. Wright! I'll do better than that! I can prove you were the one who killed her! You struck her with the clock, and you sent the shock of the blow, triggering the clock's voice! That was the sound you heard. Order! Order in the court! Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Your thinking has led me aroused. Yes, Your Honor. I'll gladly continue. Mr. Sawit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture!
Baseless? Just look at the witness's face! Would the witness care to elaborate on your face? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, I never! Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw, Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! I hate you! It was him, I tell you! I saw him do it! He killed her, and he should burn! Burn like a witch! Give him death!
Order! Order in the court, I say!
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
He's bald right now. Does that give you any more claim? Mr. Wright! I just said that out loud and a bunch of people are bald in this courtroom. Now I feel stupid. Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully. Yes, Your Honor. The sound Mr. Sawit heard was definitely the clock. A fact which is clear if you simply... Well, I got 2 strikes. I'm probably gonna use them because I want to hear these stupid responses. Examine the clock's batteries! All you have to do is examine the batteries, of course! Indeed, the batteries are in the right way. The clock seems to be working just fine, actually. What exactly did you mean, Mr. Wright? Yes, the clock was working fine!
Yes! And...
I'm sorry. I think I got a bit confused back in the lobby. You know, yeah. Mr. Wright! I expect more from a lawyer in this court, even if it is your first day. I'm afraid I have to penalize you. Try to think things through more carefully next time.
Yes, Your Honor!
As I was saying, the whole case is riding on this, man. Quit screwing around, Luke. Ask the neighbors! They'll tell you everything! Talk to the neighbors? I'm sure one of them heard the clock tell the time when the incident occurred, right? I see. Does the prosecution have anything to say, Mr. Payne?
We already made all the necessary inquiries! Everyone living near the victim's apartment was out at the time of the murder. Don't you remember that, Mr. Wright? Furthermore, even if a neighbor had heard the clock, that would not prove that Mr. Sawit had heard anything.
That is true. I believe you may be wrong, Wright. You'll receive a penalty for that. Unfortunately. That's the only time he will ever say that. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Let me think about it again. Okay, serious time. Try sounding the clock. Please. Your Honor, may I have the clock right now? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker after all. So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25.
As you can see, the clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawit heard and the actual time of death.
So, Mr. Sawit.
Oh, wait. So, Mr. Sawit, try to talk your way out of this one.
You forgot one thing, Mr. Wright!
Oh, frick. What's he talking about?
While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing! How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case!
He's right! How the hell am I supposed to prove that? Damn it! I was so close! Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yep.
Yep.
This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawit.
I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens! I lost my hair! They treat me like a criminal! A criminal! You lawyers are all slime! Ugh! I almost had him!
Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Sawit! Mia! I mean, Chief! Listen up, Mr. Wright. Or, listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think! Think like the thinker. But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that! Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking outside the box. Don't waste your time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have proof. Right? Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Fine, I won't screw around. Yes, I can. Wait! Maybe I can prove it! You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let him have it! Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt.
Ha! Tough words! Let's see you pull this one off, Mr. Wright! Yes!
Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. In your face! The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't running 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast! The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home that day. That's why the time you heard when he struck her dead in her apartment was wrong! Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It?
Yeah!
Order! Order, I say! Get this guy a vaccine for rabies! Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your client.
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Good news indeed. Mr. Wright! Yes, Your Honor? I have to say, I'm rather impressed with how much horrible job you were during this trial. Until the end. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and horribly all at the same time. And then find the true culprit at the same time, no less. Thank you. I think. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Party time! And with that, the court is adjourned. It turns out that Frank Sawit was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house that day. When Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sawit let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. Whew. I still can't believe I won! We won! Right. Yeah, kind of a good job in there. I mean, you kind of screwed up a lot at the beginning, but you did pull out in the end, yeah. Congratulations. Thanks, I think. I have nerves! Come on! Not nerves of steel, just nerves. Not at all, not at all. Just kind of suck. And you fought your own battles in there, kinda, except I had to help you out at the end. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note, though. I've never seen the chief looking this ashamed. If she's this sad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over! Larry, you're supposed to be... Actually, no, I take that back. You're doing the right thing. Aw, Nick! Don't worry about me, bro. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Whoa, what? Bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man! Gone forever! Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Yes, Harry Butts. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts are innocent. Harry Butts is innocent. Still sounds kind of wrong, but whatever. Thanks! I really owe you one. I won't forget this ever! Let's celebrate! Dinner? Movie? My treat! For 1%. Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook! Oh, like, hey! Here! Take this! It's a present! A present? From me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her! I made one for her and one for me! Really? You? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo! Nick! Can you believe it? I was so into that chick! And she was just playing me for a fool, dude! Don't that just make you want to cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Squeeze me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, You don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing. Really. Isn't that right? Right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Yeah. Right! What the hell is she talking about? Mobietch? No. Take that! Take that! Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? Where'd you get that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. She took it with her when she traveled. She probably just needed a clock. That's all. She was poor. Needed sugar daddies and all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to be traveling with. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel just a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Yeah. I got my the court record button working now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen. Learn. Grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me? I hate that saying. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yes, innocent hairy butts. Yeah! Oh, speaking of hairy, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him? Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? And so, my first trial came to a close. Man, my first trial. When you think about it, that's over 10 years ago. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay me. Unless you count the clock he gave me up. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. That's the end. Cool. Yeah, sure, let's save. I hope it doesn't go right into the next episode, please. Okay, good. And that is the end. The first trial. Again, I'm going to have down below in the description. This is going to be one entire video, so I'm going to have in the description down below. Do you want me to continue on to episode 2 of the first game? Do you want me to go into Justice for All and then continue from there into Trials and Tribulations and then Hollow Justice? Not playing the 5th game again. I've already done that. Already played Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright too, so not doing that again. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this time. But if I don't go into this and people rather would see custom cases, then that's fine too. But yeah, with that, hope you all enjoyed, and whatever decision it is, see what it is, and I hope you all have a great day.